Hey everyone, welcome back to the Everton Career Mode. It's Season 2, Episode 8. And as you guys remember in the last episode, we finished up our Champions League group stage with a win against CSKA 1-0. And we were just waiting on that Frankfurt Barcelona result. Obviously, in the meantime, we got our prize money for the group stage, 27.85 million. That is a very nice haul, a welcome cash injection. But it was all about that Barcelona result. And guys, they dumped that game, lost to Frankfurt, and we are first in the group. What an amazing result. And honestly, this is huge. Like I said, we are now seeded and potentially get to avoid the Real Madrids of the world, the PSGs of the world, the Bayern Munichs. This is a monumental thing for us going forward. With an easier team in the round of 16, we have a potential to get to the quarterfinals, guys. And honestly, that was my goal. I think that's decently realistic given the quality of the squad we have. Obviously, the board want us to get semifinals. So either way, we're well on our way. This was a very good group stage. 4 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss, a ton of goals scored. Okay, I'm not too happy about the goals conceded. Like I said, we do have to shore up that in general for our series. But this was a very good showing in the group stage. And now on to the round of 16. I am so excited, guys. And the draw actually came out. And we got AC Milan. That is doable. That is very, very doable. They're a decent side. Probably similar rated to us. They've got some decent players, of course. It's not going to be easy. None of these games are going to be easy. But we avoided the big hitters. The first game is away. But if we can get a decent result in that game, I feel like we can bring it back to Goodison and get to the quarterfinals, guys. I cannot wait for this game. But obviously, there's a lot between then and now. A lot of games to play. That's in late February. We're in late December here. And we've got our own problems to deal with. Liverpool, City, and Chelsea, guys, in this episode. Wow. That is just an insane schedule. We play all the top 4 teams within a week, guys. This is just brutal. And we slid down to second with that loss against Southampton. But it's Liverpool Everton at the top of the table, guys. It's flashbacks to the Howard Kendall's days when this actually happened. And like I said, we needed to get as many points as possible on the board because what do you realistically think I can get in these fixtures? I don't know. A 1 win, I would be happy with 1 win. Maybe 1 win in a tie. That would mean we can actually hang with the big boys. But it's going to be incredibly difficult, and I wouldn't be surprised if we slide a little bit in this time period. Spurs are only 2 points behind. We could slide as far as 5th. I wouldn't be surprised. This is going to be incredibly tough, guys. And the first game is against Liverpool. It's the Merseyside Derby, guys, at Anfield, and you know how this just pumps my blood. It gets me out of my seat. This is not just an ordinary game. I don't treat it like one. I treat it like a war, like it should be. Everybody has to be on top of their game. Honestly, tactical game plans often go out the window. This takes a personality of its own, and it should, because this is just a battle. I'm not going to go through detailed tactical analysis. We'll look at the team a little bit. Obviously, it hasn't changed much. They have 89s everywhere you look. Very high-rated players. Salah and Mane still up front. Jota has taken the spot of Firmino, just like in real life. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain is the weakest player, and he's probably just subbing in for an injury. Other than that, Henderson, Fabinho, they got world-class fullbacks. We all know about them. Van Dijk in defense with Matip. Nothing's changed. Alisson in net. This is going to be one hell of a battle. Last season, we actually won at Anfield, tied at Goodison, and then we lost the Community Shield, so these games are always highly contested. Guys, we are going to go with a 4-3-3. It's an away game. I'm going to play a little bit more pragmatic. Holgate's going to take up the CB position instead of Godfrey. I need to be able to play out from the back against Liverpool's press. We don't have Decore. He's missing another Merseyside with that injury. That guy is so unlucky. Cantwell is stepping in as that advanced playmaker. I want to play a bit more on the front foot, even though it is this 4-3-3. I'm experimenting with Alan St. Maximin on the wing. He's been in high form. Gakpo has slipped up a little bit. I'm giving Alan St. Maximin a chance on the right wing. I think it can pay dividends. Liverpool do overcommit a lot of the times, and his pace will just torch them. So that's what I'm going with, guys. And here we go, guys. The Merseyside Derby. Let's get into it, boys.
As we welcome the two teams to the pitch.
This is a super important game to the region, guys, and to the fans. And there was only one thing on my mind: to give those fans something to cheer about and attack Liverpool from minute one. And we do that. Calvin Phillips gets the interception and we're off to the races, guys. Max Aarons bombing forward on this right-hand side. He gets it, 2 strides, and then puts a cross in for Calvert-Lewin. It's saved from Alisson. And that's how I wanted to start this game, guys. 2nd minute, first opportunity. And obviously Liverpool was going to have their chances. Salah on the edge of the box. And it's a save from Jordan Pickford. What a save from a top goalie. He shows up in these games, guys. He is a leader on this pitch. And this save was absolutely outstanding. He flew for that and kept it at 0-0. But that was a forecast of what was to come. And it was Liverpool to take the early initiative in this game. A pass in for Jota. He puts it in, but it was offside just barely. But that was a warning sign for us because Liverpool was starting to get warmed up, going through those gears, and they started to attack and pass like they can. And so good. Salah plays in Jota this time here, and he turns past Koulibaly and he puts it past Pickford. What a strike from Diogo Jota. I mean, that is world class. And he has that agility to get away from Kalidou Koulibaly, who's more of a beast physically. Jota wriggles away and he puts Liverpool up 1-0. We can't give up, guys. We have to keep going. We have to be brave and attack Liverpool because that's the only way you're going to get a result against them. And we do that. We release Alan Saint-Maximin on the wing here, guys. He cuts into the box and he puts it just over the bar. Alan Saint-Maximin, you need to get your finishing up. In these moments, you need to get those goals. That was so close. And we continue to attack because that is the only antidote against Liverpool. And there was no way I was letting Liverpool get away with this. We continue to attack. We move it around well yet again. This time pull it back. And we destroyed Liverpool on this chance. This is like a warm knife cutting through butter. Richarlison gets a chance and Alisson makes another save. And we just continue to pile on the pressure. Max Aarons was just ridiculous this game, putting crosses in. Calvert-Lewin, and it's a save from Alisson. Wow, how is this not 1-1? How is this not 1-1? We are destroying them in terms of chances. And Alisson is just world class. Liverpool was the better team to start the second half, guys, but honestly, it was the goalkeeper show. Both Alisson and Pickford were on point, and Pickford specifically, he had to make like double-digit saves in this game. It was ridiculous. Liverpool was putting these really nice through balls into the box like this one, and Pickford had to be on point. And they put a number of corners in, guys. The amount of corners Liverpool had was actually ridiculous. We do a very poor job at clearing this one. Again, it slipped in this time. Isak, who came off the bench, and it's 2-0. And we're down to Liverpool. And this is going to be a mountain to climb, guys, because I don't know if I can score that many goals. Though we have had so many chances, I've decided to bring on Davies and Gakpo in to put on some fresh legs. Maybe that would give us the spark we need, and it took a while, but finally we started to get back into the groove, guys. Guendouzi waits patiently. He plays in Richarlison, and he is going in, surging into this box, and he puts a shot on. It's a post. It falls to Gakpo, and he can't sort his feet out. Gakpo, how did you not put that on target, son? We recycle the play, and Calvert-Lewin plays Gakpo in again, and it's saved by Alisson. This guy is ridiculous in net. Both goalies are just ridiculous. And how is this? How has we not scored a goal? I just don't understand this. Liverpool would continue to attack. They always threaten. And again, Pickford had to make a save. Not all of them were world class, but all of them were saves. Again, the corners come in. We do a bad job of clearing it. We were terrible at corners. I mean, just woeful. And again, it's Pickford to make this save. And another corner, and this just kept on coming. And Pickford another save, and this is just getting ridiculous at this point. We can't get out of our own box. It's constantly Pickford trying to save it. And another save. This guy is godly. And that's unfortunately how that ends, with a series of corners and world-class saves from Pickford. We lose this game, guys, 2-0, and unfortunately, it's 1 loss, 1 draw, and 1 win in league games so far against Liverpool. I am not ashamed of that, but out of so many chances to not get 1 goal this game, that is just, it irritates me. Unfortunately, we have to take this 2-0 loss to our biggest rivals. It's hard to take. Like I said, guys, it was always likely we slide down this table, and it took just 1 loss against Liverpool and we're down to 5th. All the teams below us must have won, and that's just how it goes. They're excellent teams, and that's how tight it is in this top 5. We're going to have to find a way to scrape something from the next 2 games, because if we can't win anything in this month, then we might find ourselves in a situation where at the end of Christmas, we're well off the pace, well off top 4, and we can't let that happen. We have to keep the distance as close as possible, guys. This game against City, if you thought that Liverpool game was difficult, this is going to be even more difficult. They both have devastatingly good systems, but the way City plays, it's so attacking, so oppressive, so uncomfortable to play against. The way they hold possession and pressure you, it's very difficult to defend against. And historically, we've done pretty well against Liverpool, a win and a draw. With City, I barely managed to get a draw, and that was only because they had a red card. It's incredibly difficult to play against Manchester City. They have great players to go along with a great system. Gabriel Jesus now plays out wide. They've got Sterling in that false 9 role. Mahrez, all weapons from everywhere you look. And they've got De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, and Rodri in the midfield. Anything else? They've got a great defense behind them. A world-class goalkeeper. They don't have weaknesses. And they're a machine. And we're going to have to find a way to get a result here. I'm playing a 4-3-3. Obviously, we're going to be more pragmatic. We need that 3 men in midfield. And I'm playing Davies instead of Cantwell. We're not going to need an advanced playmaker here. It's better to have 3 solid defensive players here and then break. And I'm going to play Gakpo. Hopefully, he'll deliver for us this game. And this is going to be one hell of a match, guys. Let's try to grind something out here against City.
Please welcome our visitors, Manchester City, and your Everton. The Toffee Men line up as follows.
I didn't realize just how difficult this game could actually be. City attacked us from the kickoff, as expected. De Bruyne gets it, he pings the ball out to Mahrez, just pinpoint precision, and Aarons brings him down, guys, and it's the 2nd minute, and City are awarded a penalty. City don't need help scoring goals, and this is just so frustrating, especially since it was bogus, guys. I mean, look at this. There's not even contact there. Maybe with the arm at the end. I'm not even sure if he was in the penalty box. We could discuss that. Just absolutely bogus, in my opinion. The ref is trying to make headlines here, and De Bruyne steps up. And I mean, it's De Bruyne. He's going to get it in. Actually, Pickford almost saves this with his feet, but it's 1-0 City. And a task that was very difficult at the beginning of the game becomes impossible now, because you're down 1-0 to a team that keeps possession for the entire game, for literally the entire game. And we were just not at it. We were not at it this game. We couldn't get anything going. I mean, look at this. No one is getting open for a pass. There's one pass that Phillips can make, and it gets intercepted. And we were just off the pace for the entire game. Phillips again. This is a simple through ball to Richarlison. He makes it every day. He misplaces it. It's an interception from City, and they fed off of this. Those mistakes cost us. They had chance after chance. This time it's Sterling. A wonderful save from Pickford. Just absolutely outstanding. And again, he would be having to bail us out this game because of our defensive woes. And It was shambles for the entire game. It really was. It was mistake after mistake. It was so frustrating. I don't know what was going on. We did well defending this corner, for example, which usually we're actually pretty bad at this, and we have a good counter opportunity. This is what you want. And Calvert-Lewin needs to make a simple pass to one of the two players in front, and he doesn't make it. And it just kept repeating itself. And we had some positive moments, like here, okay, decent opportunity. But then when we had these decent opportunities, City played even better. On the day, they were just amazing, and they passed it so well. I mean, look at this. They move it around, they keep possession, and then finally they work it into the box, because that's what they always do. And this is just vintage City. Vintage City. It's 2-0, guys, in the 30th, and this game is all but over. I didn't give up hope. I still kept fighting, and we did have chances, but you have a mountain to climb if you go down 2-0 to City. It just gets innumerably more difficult, and the defensive woes just continued. I mean, look at this shambles. How are you defending like this? And they move it around like they usually do, and Pickford again has to bail us out. That's good. No one was there for the rebound. We had a chance of our own, a pretty good one here. Ederson makes the save. Richarlison had a really good opportunity to curl it in the far post, and he chose the short post instead. Ederson was up to the task. And then we get a corner off of this, and the stuff that happens here, I mean, again, we just can't pounce on the opportunity. Ederson makes a mistake, comes out, it's going towards the net, and Calvert-Lewin doesn't have the instinct to get it. It's recycled in for Richarlison. It's a save by Ederson. We tried to put up a fight, guys, but honestly, we were getting pummeled by the bigger kids in the schoolyard. Mahrez here off the bar, and this was just the beginning. There was an onslaught, and City was destroying us chance after chance. That was just the beginning. To be fair, off of this one, we did have a golden counter opportunity. It's a 2v1. You have to score this. And Gakpo misses it. Ederson makes the save off the resulting corner. It's a tame effort. But I am frustrated because that should have gone, and you have to do better, Gakpo. You've been out of form recently, and City was in form. Pickford had to make a save, then we couldn't clear it. They pressure right away. They're taking a piss here, passing in the penalty box, and Foden just smashes it in. It's 3-0, guys, and I'm resigned because this is not looking good at all. We are woeful defensively. We are not sharp going forward. We certainly can't finish the ball. Gakpo has been out of form. We would have one more opportunity in this game. And see, there is some decent play. We kept on the ball well. It was a very good cross from Aarons, who's been doing great. And Ederson makes a save off of that volley from Richarlison. But that was few and far between. And when I thought maybe 3-0 would be the end result, this happens. Two guys ball watching. Neither Phillips nor Godfrey do anything about this. It falls to Jesus, and it's 4-0, guys. I mean, what am I supposed to do when the defenders start ball watching? They didn't put a tackle in. First of all, Phillips should have went after this guy and not Aarons. And second of all, Godfrey should have adjusted and made some sort of an effort. At 4-0, I mean, I thought, okay, let's just bring on Tony, let's bring on Holgate, let's shore it up, because it's damage control. It's damage control. Like, what else am I supposed to do? The game's over. And it's a shamble of a performance. I'm very disappointed. I'm thinking, like, just, I don't know, maybe we can get a goal back here. Goal difference is going to matter at the end of the season, probably. But City was out for blood. Like, I couldn't get anything going. They pressured me immediately. They got the ball back, and it just went from bad to worse, guys. They move it around here. Grealish gets it. He gets fortunate. First shot gets blocked, and then he just hammers it in for 5-0. I'm done. I'm done. 5-0. We are just getting destroyed. I have not gotten a beating like this. Even that Villa thrashing in the first season of this series wasn't this bad. This was just terrible. And 5 minutes later, I mean, it got even worse. This did not end 5-0, guys. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, I don't even know. Like, at this point, yeah, I'm destroyed in terms of confidence, but like, Jesus is taking the piss. What was that? Just off the bar in 6-0. It's a half a dozen, and this is just... This is a write-off. I mean, it could have been 1-0, it could have been 6-0, but did I have to get destroyed? I mean, like I said, he's just taking the piss. The whole City team are taking the piss. They just destroyed us. It is that bad. And it's a 6-0 result. This is the second game we can't score a goal. I haven't failed to score a goal in consecutive games this entire series, guys. This is the first time we can't score a goal. And this is also the first time I got hammered 6-0. Things are not looking good. There has to be some sort of a team meeting or something, because this is 3 losses in a row, which also I haven't done this series. It calls for an emergency team meeting. There's no other way. Alright guys, we need to diagnose what is going on with our team. We've scored 1 goal in the past 3 games, conceded 11. There's obvious problems here that need addressing. We just can't seem to win against the big boys. And United doesn't count. They're not even in the top 8 apparently. So we need to figure out what is going on. Defensively, is it the CBs that are the problem? Because Godfrey and Koulibaly seem like a good partnership. At times, they're dominant and they can keep clean sheets. I don't know, is it the fullbacks? Are they going too far forward, not offering enough defensively? Is it the CDMs? They're not screening enough? But then again, we play a 4-3-3 against some of these bigger teams, so that's not the problem. We have solidity in midfield. I'm not sure what it is. Perhaps we need to tweak something in the system. Something obviously needs to change defensively speaking. Maybe the way to go is just not to rely on this defense too much. Go 4-4-2, have more of an offensive presence, and just punish them if they make a mistake on the break. But then again, offensively, we've only scored 1 goal in the last 3 games. Is it the strikers that are snatching at chances? Is it the wide midfielders not offering enough creativity? What is going on? I'm gonna try to think about it. If you guys have any suggestions about what to change to potentially play better against the big teams, whether it be a signing or a system change or something, let me know what you guys think if you have any ideas. For now, we're going to go on to the Chelsea game. Another just such a difficult game to play, especially with Chelsea playing those 3 CBs and Conte in front of them. I mean, it's very difficult to create chances. It's a different type of difficult than the City and Liverpool game. Although we have done decently well against them in the past season. We had those 2 games and the FA Cup success against them. So perhaps we can get a result here. What I need from my team, though, is for them to buckle down and get me a tie here, because we are 5 points off Chelsea, and if they win, it's 8 points, and we cannot have this distance be 8 points after Christmas. That's way too much. We are off the pace. We need a tie. I will take a tie here as long as we keep this distance 5. This needs to happen. And I'm not going to go through a detailed tactical plan. They play 3 at the back with those bombing fullbacks, with the double pivot in the midfield. It's very difficult to play against. Defensively speaking, they're very sound. We're going to go with a 4-3-3. I'm going to try it once more here. I'm going to put Cantwell to be slightly more offensive so that we can maybe break them down. I'm going with the tried and true Alan St-Maximin on the left. I'm going to put Richarlison on the right because Gakpo has just not been at it. And I have to rotate Dean because he's slightly tired. That is the changes I'm making, and I need my players to graft this game. I need them to scrape me a result against Chelsea away.
Teams to the pitch. Here's how Chelsea are lining up. Number 16, Ed Mendy.
Guys, things did not go to plan to start this game like at all. Can someone explain to me what this is? Why is the fullback behind the center back? And what is this defensive line? That is criminal. Pulisic is played onside. He hammers it in for 1-0 in the 9th minute. Really? That is shambles. Shambles defensively. Fullback behind the center back, goal every time. Hansen used to say it on Match of the Day nearly every week. He's in no man's land. That's shocking from Di Lorenzo. And Chelsea were destroying us. Pickford had to make a number of saves. If he wasn't in beast mode, this game would have been out of sight in the first 10 minutes. It really would have. First Kovacic from distance, then Lukaku once he muscled him off, and we were just shell-shocked. Finally, we were able to shake that off and have an opportunity of our own. It's a great spray out wide from Guendouzi. Alan St-Maximin cuts it back, and Calvert-Lewin makes it 1-1, guys. We finally scored a goal. Yes! This is what we needed. It's a weight off my shoulders and some confidence back after just a piss poor performance for the first 30 minutes. We get it in. It could have been a better finish, but I'll take it any way I can get it. Mondi almost had it, but the most important thing is we've scored a goal, and maybe this propels us to finally get a point in this game. But Chelsea were utilizing Lukaku out wide, and Aarons couldn't deal with it. He was rolling Aarons the entire time. This from Pulisic should have been in. That should have been 2-1. And they kept on coming. Lukaku was drifting into spaces and getting volleys in the entire game. Guys, Chelsea started the second half just like they played the first, in complete dominance, and we yet again showed our defensive ineptitude here. Koulibaly misses the header. It's put in by Kovacic for a quick 2-1, and that is so unlike Koulibaly. He is usually in command of this area and gets these balls with ease, and he mistimed the header here, and it's 2-1. Chelsea just buried us. They kept on coming. In the first 15 minutes, they were just as good as in the first half, and we were lucky not to go down 3 or 4 here. Pickford was just saving our ass. A great save yet again. That was the best of the lot. That save was world class, and it's going into this save of the season for sure. He is just in beast mode, and if he wasn't, like I said, this game would have been out of sight a long time ago. I decided at that point, I've had enough. Something's got to change. I'm putting it to a 4-4-2. We're putting in fresh faces because there was a lot of tired ones out there. We're putting on Tony, Gakpo, Townsend, and this has got to work because I have no other ideas. We need to do something drastic, and guys, it paid off. We played much better after this change. We were loitering around their penalty box, constantly fishing, finding chances. Look at how many players we have in and around the box. We're finally threatening Chelsea. Gakpo gets it this time, and it's a save from Mondi, but this is much better from us. And we were continuously in their third, trying to make things happen. We move it around again. Well, Alan St. Maximin gets it, and it's in. 2-2, guys. What a shot from Alan St. Maximin. This time, his finishing doesn't disappoint him, and this was a great goal. To be fair, shambles from Edouard Mendy. This should have been saved, but as I said, I'll take it any way I can get it, and sometimes you need a bit of luck because clearly, over the past few games, we haven't had any luck. And that gave us wind in the sails, guys. Look at this. Townsend out wide, and look at Tony drive into the box. That's desire to get in the box. And Mondi with another save. But Tony, every time he comes on this season, he has shown that he deserves a place in this team. And we had one more chance laid on. Gakpo squares it, but Tony wasn't there to pick it up. Townsend couldn't get it. And it ends 2-2. We could have had it in the very end after playing, quite frankly, a shambolic defensive game. We could have brought it back and actually won against Chelsea, just like in the other games in this series last season. Unfortunately, guys, it's 2-2, but we managed to grind out a result, and that's very important. We're still only 5 points off Chelsea, and that is massive. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode, and I will see you next time, guys. Laters!